and today we have another special guest. I met her in 2005 or 2006, I don't remember. This was in her living room. I was looking for some clothes and she was there. She not only advised, what would look good on me, but sort of helped in selection of the material and everything. So that was my memory of her. And many years later, I was not in Pakistan. I was actually in London and I was just following Instagram and I saw a shoot by Kareena Kapoor and I didn't pay much attention, frankly. But I noticed the name. So I'm just going to share the name with you. And I was like, wow, is this Tina Durrani? So Tina Durrani, the design house as we know today, started as a stitching services for women, Tina. And I think it's an impressive journey. I just want you to highlight what is this journey all about? How did you start? Where you are? What are the plans? So over to you, Tina.
Hi, Pariya. How are you? Well, to make a very long story short, we started in 2005, like you said, with a very small stitching unit. Actually, it was a one-man operation. Me and my trusty master in a gatte ka kamra eventually, which was behind the scenes. You guys didn't get to see it. And then eventually, like I was not really interested in designing. This was something I had to get into because my husband had suffered a very traumatic brain injury. So to while away my time, because I had to be at home and I could not go and study architecture and interior design like I had planned, I started doing this tailoring business, which my sister-in-law said that I should try and do. And then I started all of this, and eventually when I got divorced, I had a 3-year-old child, and I realized that I actually needed to be making money and and surviving and taking care of my daughter and standing on our own 2 feet. So for that, I had to, I struggled quite a bit. I was almost living in a slum for a good 2 years. And eventually, as God is kind and I was persistent, I found a business partner who is also my best friend, Taimur. And we decided that we need to turn this into a proper professional company rather than a stitching unit, right? And that's what we did about 10 years ago. We moved from one of our smaller operations to a building in Rahat, a building in Bukhari actually, and we just started systemizing everything like a proper company.
How easy here in Pakistan it is for a woman to establish herself and become financially independent? How easy or difficult it was for you?
I mean, I couldn't speak for anyone else, but I was in a very unique position where I had no family supporting me at that particular point, and I had no one. And I also wanted to stand on my own 2 feet because I wanted my own 3-year-old daughter to not have to be answerable to chachas, mamas, halas and their children and feel like a second-rate citizen in their homes.
There's so much of positivity and the energy that you exude. So really, it's all in your mind, I believe.
Yeah.
But I have another question. You expanded. So a lot of women, they try and do something, they start their cooking business or their stitching. So this is all fantastic. But a lot of them struggle to expand. So I think what you and Taimur, what you're doing right now and how you're expanding, I think itself is a great story. So would you like to share how did you materialize that?
Yeah, Dekho, I actually realized, I think the most important thing when you get to a certain age is to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses. Do not try to fix your weakness. Use your strength and get someone else to work on the weak part, because that's the only way it will work. So I knew early on कि मेरी maths तो fail है. तैमूर को एक दिन मैंने बोला कि भाई मेरे पास तो बिल्कुल पैसे नहीं है, तो मैं बिल्कुल broke हूँ, और so he was like, how is that possible? Tumhare numbers and your business doesn't seem like you should not be making money. No. So I eventually convinced him to take 50% of nothing. Yeah, I mean, and then another segment, a very large segment of what we do is the unstitched market, which is mass, right? Because what we do is not for the masses. This is like we may be doing it on a global scale because of the internet and like websites and web business. But the unstitched market is for the masses. So you have the high street prices for those, like lawn ho gayi, unstitched winter ho gayi, is tarah ki cheezein ho gayi.
Just one final question from my side. What are the learnings that you'd like to share with the audience who may be interested in setting up their own businesses? 2 or 3 tips that you'd like to share.
Yeah. First of all, I think the major struggle that most women also that you mentioned, or even it could be anyone, if you're a creative or you're a chef, you won't understand the business side of things. And that's where things have to be really solid. You know, honestly, I actually believe to some degree that even if you have a mediocre product, you can sell it really well if you have the business side of things sorted. But if you have a fabulous product and no business side, solid business management, it won't work. So that's something you need to look at first and figure that out. Secondly, I feel in every field, for every human, the most resonating factor is communication. How well you manage to communicate with people. So you need to learn how to sell whatever it is and communicate better, and patience and resilience. That's it. Just keep doing it. Keep learning from your mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the more you can check off your list. Ki, haan, ye bhi kar liya, ye bhi kar liya, ye bhi kar liya, ab ye nahi karna. You know. So that's just it. I mean, it's the basics.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tina. It was wonderful as always. Wonderful meeting you and great to hear your story. So thank you so much for your time.
God, what an inspiring session, right, Fariha? So tell me, from everything that Tina said, Iram said, and you and I have experienced, so when it comes to women, what are the 2 key things that you've picked up that are really important for women to understand? What are the 2 skills that are really important if you want to have a successful career as a female?
So Talat, I think great stories, I agree with you. And something that I would pick up from, particularly from our guests. So from Iram, I would say nurture your sponsors. I think women are naturally shy or not as savvy, professional or business savvy to nurture the right sponsorship. So that's one. Number 2, I think something that I picked up from Tina, understanding your strengths and weaknesses. And she mentioned that, don't spend too much time sort of perfecting yourself, rather identify who can help you and build from there. So Talat, what about you? What is it that you picked up from the conversation with Iram and Tina?
I picked up a lot, man. So from Tina, I think what I loved was the whole resilience bit. I think everybody out there should understand that nothing comes on a silver platter. You don't get life. Life isn't easy, and you don't get things on. So be ready to work hard, be ready to believe in yourself and believe in your strengths and move ahead. So I think that's what I picked up. I think from Iram, the bit I loved was the bit about confidence. And it's very true. They say that, agar aap mard ko promotion de, even if he doesn't know how to do that job, wo le lega कि मुझे आता है करना, वो ले लेगा job और कहेगा ठीक है अब मैं सीख जाऊंगा, ठीक है ना? Or they want to make sure that they tick everything on their job description before they apply for a job. So I think for women, it's really more about be confident in yourself, yeah. Really get out there and have the confidence in your own brand, in the fact that you can add value. Don't be afraid to ask for that pay rise. Thank you very much, everyone. That was a really inspiring session, and thank you so much for watching The Other Side with Fariha and Talat. Please engage with us. You can see at the bottom of the screen all our handles. You can see everything. You can engage with us. We really want to hear from you. What did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy? What topics would you like us to pick up next time? But from both Fariha and myself, adios and thank you.